They were, in a way that no other medieval person was, owned and directly dependent upon the king or a great noble like a bishop.
At his lord's bidding, Agamet will venture 3 miles across the Alps to Venice, where he can purchase luxuries which are unavailable in the common market stalls of his home. But his expedition also takes him into the darkest events of history. In England, 500 miles to the northwest, a rider is approaching the end of another daunting journey. A troubadour, he has traveled for weeks, all the way from Spain. He is a gift from the Prince of Castile, sent to amuse his betrothed, the English Princess Joan. He will sing her songs of love on her wedding voyage to Castile, a romantic gesture for the pleasure of a young girl. On the way to Castile, Joan and her entourage plan to stop at Bordeaux, one of many towns in France ruled by her father, the King of England. She is a favorite amongst Edward III's children. Now, on the eve of her voyage, she can have little expectation of seeing her father or England again. She will travel with distinguished clergymen and lords and a guard of 100 bowmen, but their precautions will come to nothing. Within a year, almost all of them will be dead. Even now, the invasion has begun, carried on the lowly backs of small stowaways. A ticking bomb, it will bring this beautiful world crashing down. Trade routes opened by the Mongol Empire now encourage the spread of goods, people, and pestilence into the heart of Europe. Travelers on the road, peasants in the field, and even the daughter of the King of England are all speeding towards an encounter with the greatest killer in the history of mankind, the Black. At the end of the Asian trade routes lies the port city of Kaffa on the Black Sea, where Italian merchants exchange goods from east and west. In 1346, the Mongols attack the Christian city of Kaffa, hoping to take this prosperous seaport for themselves. At first it seems as if the town will fall to the relentless assault. But in the midst of the siege, the Mongols are suddenly attacked by a virulent new enemy, plague. It inspires them to launch a final, desperate plan.
The Mongols got the plague and had to call off the siege. But before they left, they decided to catapult their dead corpses, the dead bodies of their victims, into the town in order to, quote, extinguish everyone inside and give the plague to their enemies. And apparently this is how the plague was communicated by the Mongols to Europeans.
It is one of the earliest recorded attempts at biological warfare. While the story might be more legend than fact, the Mongol pestilence spreads to the townspeople of Kaffa.
The plague is fairly slow-moving for an epidemic disease. In 15 years, the steppe and the thinness of the population would be about the right time to get it to Kaffa.
But what happens next is very different. Compared to its slow progress across Asia, the plague can't conquer the blink of an eye. It was the busy central to Europe's prosperity that were the cause. The plague travels by merchant ships, and the island of Sicily is its first port of call. To the people of the shore and inlets of Italy, the waves have always delivered up the odds and ends of the Mediterranean seas. But this year, something different washes ashore.